What's up, guys? It's Austin with the Bare Necessities podcast. Just coming back at you guys, talking a little bit about the game and some instant reactions that I had. Well, the Bears actually played in the driver's seat for the first time all year. It seemed like the game went pretty much about how I expected it to, except I would say that a lot of poor officiating extended the game in ways that I did not expect. For instance, the pass interference call on Jalen Johnson that brought the Panthers down to the goal line and their only score of the day as far as the touchdown goes. That was pretty bogus, and it ended up really kind of making this game a lot closer than it should have been. Another play that I look at specifically is Kyle Fuller's hit where it was shoulder-to-shoulder contact, got called as defenseless receiver, hit to the head. That was a completely bogus call. Same thing that happened in the Bucks game that ended up going our way, but instead that extends the Panthers' drives and leads it to a scoring drive. Then again, Kyle Fuller getting to, I forget who the receiver was, but getting to him a little bit early, and ultimately popping up the ball for Eddie Jackson for a pick six that was called back. The reason why, typically I wouldn't have an issue with that, but the reason why I have a big issue with that in this game was solely because Douglas on the Panthers got to Allen Robinson really early in the game, and it went against us on a scoring drive that would have extended us there. So it just seemed a little bit one-sided as far as how the refereeing was. I thought Nick Foles did okay today. Nagy, signs of offense, still looks pretty bad. We really should have beat up on this team's defense. We didn't end up doing that, so I guess we can celebrate this win, but it was something that we kind of should have expected to win. Honestly, I come away with a little bit more concerns than I had the week prior as to our offense and what we could potentially do there. The run game looked absolutely horrible. We need to figure out some sort of move at a guard position to extend us, to make us a little bit better of a team there. Our offensive line has just been terrible. It really has condensed the field for us, and having Nick Foles at quarterback, who's kind of a less mobile quarterback, as we all know, has kind of made that. As far as some good plays, I think that Cole Kmet showed up today in the beginning of the game for the first couple of drives. We would like to see him do a little bit more after that, but ultimately pretty good play. Robinson had a drop that ultimately resulted in a punt from us right at the end of the game. We need him to catch those. If he wants to get paid $18-20 million a year, he needs to come up with those catches in big moments. So really, ultimately, I think the game went probably just as about expected. I don't really get what's going on with the officiating over the past couple of games for us. It seems like it's been really slanted against us. The Bears have had to overcome a lot. I want to say that 3 of the Panthers scoring drives were extended by a pretty bad call. So ultimately, the Panthers, they're a team that's certainly rebuilding, and Teddy Bridgewater has certainly looked pretty talented there. Probably, again, is about we should have expected, but I think that ultimately the big takeaway here is that this offense needs to perform better. They need to beat up on these not great teams if they want to, end up going to the Super Bowl or playing well against other good teams. So ultimately, just, cautiously optimistic. I know we just came off of a Bucks win too. The good thing is we were in the driver's seat all game. This probably should have been a 14-point win. But, I wanted to see more than a 14-point win in this game, and it just didn't look like it. Hey, Eddie Jackson almost got a touchdown, as I expected. Nick Foles had 2 touchdowns, I believe. Yeah, 2 touchdowns, 1 passing, 1 rushing. I said 3 is my bold prediction, but that ended up not happening. So, yeah, it's just kind of as expected for the Bears, or we need to see some sort of increase in momentum on offense, and I think that's all about it said. The Bears were in the driver's seat all game. The defense looked really good. The defensive backs, I know Jalen Johnson struggled a little bit, but he had a lot of bad, weak calls go against him, so he probably was a little bit hesitant to be physical in this game. Same with Kyle Fuller. Kyle Fuller gets a couple great plays washed away from him every single game. Ultimately, we need to play better going forward, but just celebrate the win, and we did what we should have done.